Hi, we're Jerry and Jolene, and we have been living full-time in our RV for 1 year. We're celebrating the 1 year anniversary.
Woohoo! It was an
Woo-hoo's right.
exciting year. It was fun.
There was a lot of adventure, and this video will highlight that adventure. So that's our DRV.
Our home on wheels.
Our home on wheels. We moved in right before Christmas on 2020. And it's now December of 21. And we're back in Texas where it all began, right outside of Weatherford, Texas. And we're looking forward to another year of adventure.
Besides exciting travels and everything, the end of last year, 2021, or this year, 2021, brought us 2 new grandbabies.
2 new grandbabies.
So it's been exciting. A huge blessing.
Yeah.
God is good.
God is very good. So let's show you our travel map. We'll move around here, and we're kind of keeping a running track on where we've been. So here we are. We see we've got almost all of the western states, plus a bunch of national parks. We like to track our progress.
Yes, we do. In more ways than one. We've got more maps inside.
And we'll show you that in our video. We hope you enjoy it. We'll see you on the road. In 2020, we sold our sticks and bricks and moved our RV to a park near Weatherford, Texas. Sunshine one day and snow the next is typical North Texas winter weather. Well, here we are in North Texas. 8 miles north of Weatherford, Texas. Covering up my truck, and it's covering up Jolene.
It's nice though. I mean, this is cool. On February the 1st, we hit the road for our first journey, which was to Tucson, Arizona.
Our first stop on this journey was in Big Spring, Texas, at our first Harvest Host location.
In Van Horn, Texas, we were able to use our drone for the first time. What an exciting tool to have with us on our journeys.
We say goodbye to Texas and enter New Mexico with an overnight stay at Lacombe Winery in Deming, another Harvest Host location.
We finally made it to Arizona. Our first stay in Tucson was at Pima County Fairgrounds, which became one of our favorites. The sunrises and sunsets there are amazing.
And the Wi-Fi speeds were awesome.
Valley of the Sun is another one of our favorite parks in the Tucson area. We really enjoy this park. It's very nice and it's closer to family.
This was a park where we encountered our first fender bender. Our neighbor clipped the front of our truck as he was leaving. Didn't take it wide enough. We took a trip to the heart of the Sonoran Desert, Idaho, Arizona. We enjoyed Idaho so much that we created 5 separate YouTube videos of the area. Check them out.
We're headed back to Texas, just in time for the bluebonnet season. We were looking forward to the DRV owners group gathering outside of Kerrville, Texas.
On our way back to the DFW area, we stopped at a Corps of Engineering park on Lake Belton near Temple, Texas. We spent the next 14 nights at Lake Benbrook near Fort Worth, another Corps of Engineering park. We enjoyed our time here very much. In June, we headed back to Tucson, Arizona to stay at the beautiful Catalina State Park. The purpose of our journey was another family gathering. We met, for the first time, our grandson from the Czech Republic. From Tucson, we headed north to spend a week in the Cottonwood, Arizona area, with a beautiful view from our deck.
Another bucket list completed. Devil's Bridge outside of Sedona, Arizona. It was even more amazing than we thought.
Our next adventure was a ride on the Verde Canyon Railroad with a stopover at the Smeltertown Brewery. Be sure to check out our YouTube video on the train ride.
We're headed back to Texas for another big family event.
Roswell, New Mexico was the first place that we set up in the rain. No fun. Even aliens love donuts here.
Another great Harvest Host stay at Ready Vineyards outside of Brownfield, Texas. We enjoyed our time with family and our oldest son's wedding.
It's time to hit the road for our summer adventures. First stop was Wichita, Kansas to visit family. We boondocked in a casino parking lot.
Another Kansas stop to spend time with a dear friend.
We're traveling through Wyoming to our first Escapees rally in Rock Springs.
We're looking forward to a day on a tour bus going out to the Flaming Gorge outside of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
And we're here bright and early.
Yep.
Ready to get on the bus, which is right here. Le bus.
We thought we'd let somebody else do the driving for us this time.
Somebody that knows where they're going.
There you go.
Next stop was a week in Lander, Wyoming.
We had a fantastic sight at the Sleeping Bear RV park. We had a delicious meal at the Cowfish restaurant. It had a fantastic outdoor patio.
Jolene really enjoyed those elk steaks. They were done to perfection. The beer was excellent too. The Lander bar, which was right next door, had an awesome Hefeweizen. The Sinks of the Poposhua is where a roaring river disappears into a mountain. It later emerges into a calm pool.
We took advantage of the beautiful weather to enjoy a couple of hikes in the Sinks Canyon area.
The scenery in this area was gorgeous. We really enjoyed our time in beautiful Wyoming. Check out our YouTube video of the Popo Shua Falls hike.
Early the next morning, we headed out on our first motorcycle ride in Wyoming.
We're headed to Du Bois for breakfast at our favorite restaurant there, the Cowboy Cafe.
After breakfast, since it was still early and such a beautiful day, we decided to continue our ride.
Let's ride up to our favorite national park, the Grand Tetons. Unfortunately, the mountains were obscured by smoke. Our next destination was Glacier National Park, with many stops along the way. First stop was the Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument in Montana, also known as Custer's Last Stand.
Good morning!
Good morning.
Last night was the first night we'd spent in a Cabela's parking lot, and it was great.
Yes, it was. This is a very nice parking lot.
Very nice.
Right next to I-90, but it wasn't too loud.
No. We're ready to hit the road. We're headed to
Butte, Montana.
We're trying to get on the road early because there's some storms on the road, and we'd like to not set up in the rain if we can keep on.
Yeah, we've done that before, and it's no fun.
There might be another day like that today, but that's okay.
Hope not. We'll see you on the road.
Down the road.
Bye. On our way through Montana to Glacier, we visited two breweries, one in Butte and one in Missoula. Jolene found some delicious huckleberry beer at Big Sky Brewing in Missoula.
It became my new favorite summer beer.
We spent 12 days in Kalispell, which gave us plenty of time to explore the park.
We're in Glacier National Park.
This is a beautiful hike and a beautiful lake. Look at that lake back there.
And we're going to try to get the motorcycle up here. Go for a ride up here.
Absolutely. Going to the Sun Road on the motorcycle.
Yes.
Sounds like fun. We're having a great time.
Awesome time.
Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park is 52 miles of spectacular scenery.
The best way to see it was on the motorcycle.
This was Jolene's first time recording with the GoPro. I think she did an excellent job.
With scenery like this, I couldn't mess up. The next day, we went on the park's Red Bus tour.
It's a very relaxing way of seeing the park while someone else does the driving. These buses have been in continuous operation since their manufacture in the late 1930s. Well, not much of a view today. We are at Logan Pass. Well, we're at Running Eagle Falls in Glacier National Park. We just finished going to the Sun Road on a red bus. Oh, it was gorgeous. That was a lot of fun. The only problem was Logan Pass was fogged in. We're at Iceberg Lake.
Yay, it's beautiful.
It certainly is, but I don't see any icebergs out there.
No, but it's still gorgeous.
boat. We're going to take a little boat ride today on Lake McDowell.
We enjoyed our time in Glacier and all that we explored, but we know there's so much more to be discovered.
We need to plan a return trip, but for now we're continuing our summer adventures by heading west into Idaho.
Our next stop was Riley Creek Blueberry Farms, another great Harvest Host location.
Check out our YouTube video, Changing Plans, to see how Riley Creek helped us out in a tight situation. We encountered another change of plans when we pulled into a deserted campground that had been evacuated due to wildfires in the area.
As we were leaving, we came face to face with the smoke and flames of a wildfire. We had to scramble to find a new campground.
We found a great site 80 miles away in Prosser, Washington, in the heart of wine country.
Our next stop was just down the road, Anna Lair Winery, a great Harvest Host location.
We're back in Idaho to spend 3 days at the Ambassador RV Resort in Caldwell, which is just west of Boise.
One of our outings was to the Warhawk Air Museum. We enjoyed our visit and would highly recommend it.
Of course, we sampled a brewery. We continued our journey with a stop at Three Island Crossing State Park in Glenns Ferry, Idaho. The park is located near where the historic Oregon Trail crossed the Snake River on the way west.
It was a beautiful, peaceful location, and there was a wonderful winery just a few miles away.
We next headed to the great state of Utah.
What are you doing?
Hey, I'm adding a new sticker to the map.
What state are you adding?
I am adding the state of Utah.
There it is. Smile, Papa.
We spent time in Salt Lake City and were surprised by the gigantic construction project in the Temple Square.
The majority of the beautiful flower gardens were gone, but we did find a few.
And of course, we found another great brewery. We're westbound on I-80 to check out the Salt Flats. Here we are at the Bonneville Salt Flats, and I'll tell you, this is pretty flat.
And
Look
it's
at
pretty
that.
salty.
And it's pretty salty.
Kind of hard on the eyes with the glare.
We stayed one night in Nevada just to say that we were there. River's Edge at Deer Park. It is a pretty nice place. Got some really cool carvings here for benches. Hi, we're in Park City, Utah. This is a really neat town.
It is very cool. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. We just came from the
Sal-
saloon for the High West Distillery.
Right.
Had a great lunch. Had something unusual for appetizer.
We did. It
What
was
was it?
caramel, cashew, bacon, popcorn.
And that was
It was pretty good. It was a first for us. It was pretty good.
pretty nice place.
Very nice.
And this is a great town.
It's very nice.
We moved just down the road to a beautiful RV resort in Helper, Utah. Hi there. We were in Helper, Utah for a week and decided to take the bike out for a ride.
Hi.
We just spent a week at Thompson Springs at the RV park right off of I-70. It's ideally located to drive down to both Moab, Arches, and Canyonlands. Hey, we are totally enjoying our time around Moab.
Having a great day.
We're in Arches National Park at the Balanced Rock. After leaving Utah, we chose Montrose as our base to explore Colorado. We spent 2 weeks here exploring this beautiful state. We first took a short drive to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park.
Pretty cool.
We next headed to Cannon City. Hey, here we are at the Royal Gorge. We were going to run the zip line, but they shut it down, and that's why.
It's too windy.
Look at that wind. We're on the bridge, the tallest suspension bridge in the world. And look what's down there. Holy smokers.
While in the Cannon City area, we were able to spend some time with family and visit their beautiful property in the country.
Hey, Joe.
Hi,
Hey, let's go for a hike.
let's do it. Where are we at?
Where are we at? Well, let's go see. We are entering the Great Sand Dunes Wilderness. How about that? And boy, oh boy, it's not a wilderness with all these people here.
Look at all these animals out here.
Look at all these people.
Hey, what do you think?
I think this is the world's biggest sandbox.
It's pretty cool.
This is amazing.
It's quite the workout.
It's difficult walking through this sand. There's no doubt about it.
It's pretty cool. What are you getting ready to do?
It's time to go back.
Yes, it is.
But I have to get off this big pile of sand. Straight down.
Go for it. Whoa!
It's windy out here.
It's getting windy.
Hey, we had fun playing in the sand. It's
Lots
time
of
to
fun.
walk back now.
We're getting our exercise. We enjoyed our time in Mesa Verde National Park. There were many different areas of interesting cliff dwellings to view.
U.S. Highway 550 between Ouray and Silverton, Colorado, is known as the Million Dollar Highway. The name came from the exorbitant cost to build the road in the 1880s, but today the name better describes the fantastic scenery. We've been looking forward to a motorcycle ride down this 23-mile route of awesome. Silverton is now best known for the scenic Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad. The locomotives used to pull today's train were produced in the 1920s. They're 100% coal-fired, steam-operated, and are maintained in original condition.
Even though we didn't have time to ride it, we were able to see others loading up for their special adventure on the steam-powered train.
Our next stop was the iconic Monument Valley in Utah.
We enjoyed the tour ran by local Native Americans that took us through some less traveled areas of Monument Valley. Our guide was very knowledgeable and even took the time to entertain us with his wood flute.
Hi. A last-minute change of plans brought us back to Tucson, much earlier than expected.
Our newest grandbaby decided to come early, so we wanted to return as fast as we could.
Welcome to this world, youngster. We took the opportunity to tour the Titan Missile Museum located south of Tucson. This preserved Titan II intercontinental ballistic missile site is all that remains of the 54 sites that were on alert across the United States from 1963 to 1987. The tour was a fascinating and sobering display of a technology designed to destroy an entire city.
All right, you've come down those 55 steps, you're 35 feet below ground, and you're standing in what the Air Force has designated as a soft area. If it's a mile or more away, this area is being pulverized, and you're back here in our hardened area, you're going to be perfectly okay. You got 4 feet of reinforced concrete in the walls, 5 feet in the floors and ceilings, 8 feet when you get out to the silo. Reinforced concrete. And when they were all done, they sheathed the entire facility with a 1/4 inch of battleship grade steel. This is the toughest, hardest facility you're going to find anywhere. This equipment around me, all of this equipment around me is mission critical. We need it to launch our missile. If that shock wave comes through, it's going to destroy it all. How do we protect it? Well, you didn't notice, but when you walked in here, you walked across a void. Because these floors, this one, the cruise quarters above, and the heavy equipment room below, are not attached to the side of the building. Okay? The reason for that is when that shock wave hits, the building could go anywhere it wants to go. We can go as much as 18 inches up and down, and as much as 12 inches side to side, and you will not feel a thing. How is that possible? Well, we are suspended on springs. You see the springs here, these little springs? There are 8 of them around the rooms, okay? That's shock isolation. As you go through this facility, if you look closely enough, you're gonna see springs on a lot of things. And again, it's to protect everything from too much of a bounce in the event of a shock wave.
3, 2, 1, launch.
Okay, let go. Sit back, have a cup of coffee and a smoke. You've done everything you need to do. You have started a process you cannot stop. The missile is now free of us. It doesn't need us anymore. It knows what it can do and will do. Just let me do it. The missile is checking with the guidance system over here. It says, I know where I am, so I know where I'm going. There's only one thing left. Fire engine and liftoff. 58 seconds. 58 seconds from the time you turn those keys to the time this 330,000-pound missile is lifting itself out of the silo. It's going to take 30 to 35 minutes. It's going to travel 6,500 miles. It's going to take 30 to 35 minutes because it's traveling at 18,000 miles an hour. And Target 2 will no longer exist on the face of the planet.
We took our grandson on his first RV trip. We planned a short 4-day journey to California. We spent the first night in Quartzsite, Arizona, and then headed to our destination, Joshua Tree National Park.
We really enjoyed sharing this adventure with our grandson. A trip we will all cherish. Time to head east to Alamogordo, New Mexico, and visit White Sands National Park. Driving through the park was just like being on a winter road bordered by snowdrifts, just a lot warmer and drier. Look at how fine this stuff is. My goodness.
We left White Sands and headed to our next national park, Carlsbad Caverns.
This national park is an absolute must-see. It belongs on everyone's bucket list. This isn't just a 30-minute excursion. You'll need at least 2 hours to explore and marvel at the stunning beauty and be in awe of the scale of these caverns. We visited during a week when crowds were reduced and spent at least 3 hours being amazed. Hey, Joe.
Hey, this is very cool. Look back there, that big hole. Pretty cool.
It's a big dark hole.
There's a few of those around here.
We just put the sticker on the RV for Carlsbad Caverns National Park, the last national park for 2021. Look at all of these that we did get.
12 national parks for this year. This was our last one. We got it in before we head back to Texas tomorrow.
We visited Guadalupe Mountain Brewery to celebrate our last night in Carlsbad. The last leg of our 2021 journey takes us across Texas to where it all began, Weatherford.
Here's our wall map of our 2021 travels. To sum it up, we had an amazing first year of full-time RV living and traveling. We had over 13,000 RV miles, visited 15 states, explored 12 national parks, stayed in 58 RV parks, and had 19 free night stays.
Hey Joe,
Hey,
it's
Jared.
finally done.
Yay!
Yay! We finally got that video done. It took a long time. There was a lot of material to go through, a lot of experiences to document.
We are very blessed and extremely grateful
We are totally blessed.
for all the safe travels and the opportunities to see God's beauty.
And to spend time with family
Yes.
all over this country. We ran into family everywhere.
And friends. I mean, this is what it's about. To have the freedom to be able to go and do these things.
That's right.
We're loving life.
We're loving life.
Home is where we park it.
See you on the road.
Bye.